You're listening to the Gulag Podcast with Narrowminds and JayStunZ.
There we are. Everybody can hear us now. All right, the Gulag Podcast. Sorry about that. Unfortunately, we were fixing some stuff that had to get fixed in order to get this. We had to bring a satellite truck over to her house and then link up, and it was a fiasco. I had to call into NBC and have them bring a satellite truck to her house, but there she is. I know everybody's been waiting for this. 3 weeks only into Twitch, very new to the game, so we're gonna get her a lot of her takes as a new streamer. Also, the reason is the series that we're doing here on the Gulag Podcast is called The Truth About Female Streamers and Gamers. So we're gonna dive into the stuff that maybe you don't know, maybe you do know, and then get your takes on what you think is gonna if it's gonna affect you, or what things you're gonna do to help yourself with all these little things. So everybody, if you don't know her yet, make sure to go to the end of this. Her links will be in the description. It's My First Kill, which, by the way, she's killed more than one time. I've seen her live on...
Barely more than one time.
I've seen her kill on Call of Duty, so she's going to have like my 10,000th kill pretty soon. I'm pretty sure.
I'm keeping track.
So, what do you want us to call you? My First Kill?
You could call me My First Kill. Right. M1K. Go for it if you want to give me an M1K out there.
All right, we'll take M1K.
Almost sounds cool, right?
Yeah, your mod Bowstring. By the way, big shout out to Bowstring 801 for getting all this stuff situated and getting your lovely viewers over here to watch you today.
Thank you.
So you're only 3 weeks in. Give us your story. Give us your background. Let us know, like, for all the people that, unfortunately, when you can't continuously talk about your story when you're streaming because you're trying to entertain everybody. So now here's your platform.
Here's my chance. Okay.
Here's your chance.
My story, I don't know if you want the long-winded version or the short-winded version.
That's fine. Just tell us where you're coming from, what you're about, and why you started streaming. The most important part, what made you start streaming?
What made me start? Well, okay. What made me start streaming? The backstory could go a little longer, but what made me start streaming is COVID, you guys. COVID. I could only work out from home during this quarantine. I could only work out from home for so long, right? And I just started getting like completely bored. So my brother and his wife, they play video games and they play together, which I think is awesome. So they would just say, "Hey, come join us, come play with us." I went to Utah where they live and I picked up a controller for the very first time. I had never touched a PlayStation controller in my lifetime, ever. Last controller I picked up was like the old school Super Nintendo, right? So I'm just running around, guns in the air. I cannot even walk in a straight line the first time that I play. And this was probably back in April. But then at night, we would just get on together. We'd play. I was terrible. I remember the very first time that I got like 6 kills in a game, in a shipment game. I was so excited. So I just got hooked. I got totally hooked once I started playing. And then it was not too long ago, we were actually playing. I was playing again with my brother and his wife at night. And there was this girl and she had a TTV next to her name and she started talking. She said, "Oh yeah, I'm streaming." And she was in our lobby and we were just chit chatting with her. She was really sweet. She said, come check out my stream on Twitch. I didn't even know what a stream was. I did not even know people did this. So I took a look at it. It seemed like she was having a blast. My brother and his wife is like, "Melissa, why don't you do it? M1K, why don't you do this?" So I thought, all right. Bought myself a camera 3 weeks ago, hooked it up, started playing with this little camera on. I had no idea what to expect. I had no idea what Twitch was. That same night, I had a couple of viewers. I had somebody send me a donation, right? Didn't even know about it. Didn't even know that could exist. And from then on, the person who saw me, ended up ended up Instagram calling me. Didn't know him. Now he's become a really great friend. He helped me set up everything. He helped me set up this like computer system and everything else. You guys, I have fallen in love. I have absolutely fallen in love with not only playing video games, which was my first love, but this streaming, this community, this gaming community is out of this world awesome. Absolutely insanely awesome. So that's kind of how I got started. And that was 3 weeks ago. Yesterday was my 3-week anniversary of streaming. And I hope I'm here to stay. I hope I'm here to stay.
Well, I could tell from what I saw from you today, you're definitely going to be around for a while. The good thing is you haven't witnessed any of the negative side of the Twitch aspect yet. I mean, you did a little bit today with the guy that popped in your chat.
A little bit. We got rid of him real quick.
Yeah, and that was kind of like vanilla ice cream compared to what could come your way in the future. So, like you said, you have Bowstring and a bunch of people in your chat that are ready, willing, and able to be ready to fight the trolls that come at you.
And that's why they have the swords, so they can whack the hell out of these guys. Yeah, that's what they have the swords for.
Some good people to protect me. That's good.
But this is this right here, and the reason we started it is because the females before you, they created a stigma for streamers,
right?
And the reason why we're bringing this up, it's something that's never talked about. So we're going to be the controversial ones and bring this up and kind of give your guys a side, and that's why we're bringing you guys here, right? With that, and that's why we bring you guys here, because we want you guys to express yourselves and let the people know, the people that do a disjustice to you as a streamer, especially as a new streamer, right? Because that's the thing is, like you said, you're very new to this. It's not
right.
It's not something that you're used to doing, right? And the reason why we've been talking about this, we brought in how many different streamers? 4 different streamers now? 4 different females?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the doctor 4, yeah.
Yeah, 4 different female streamers, and just get their different takes. And I mean, we're talking about people that have been on for a year. We're talking about people that have been on for 3 years, and then just get their different opinions.
The whole gamut.
And the whole gamut. And then you'd be one of the first ones 3 weeks out, and that's why I was very excited to bring you on. And then just get your take on get your take on what streaming has been like for you thus far. And also because it is also September is mental health awareness month. We will be discussing that as well, and get your takes on what it is that keeps you mentally stable, not only because of the streaming, because at times streaming is going to be a very harsh place. People's comments sometimes, unfortunately, they are not the prettiest sometimes.
Right.
It happens to everybody. And we want to get your take on what you would do if that kind of situation, or the whole COVID thing too, because this is a very, very tough year for everybody. This is a very tough year for people to go through and have these kind of situations, and for you to overcome and adapt and do something that makes you happy. The number one thing, the number one thing I push, my thing that I push number 100% is, if you're doing something happy, that makes you happy, the money will come to you. If you're chasing money, you're bullshitting yourself.
Hands up to that 100%. I'm right there with you completely.
So, anybody that gets into streaming expecting to make crazy money and become rich from just it's an impossible dream that very few people are going to hit.
Yeah.
So if you're coming into this just expecting to make money, you're wrong. Like you said, you just fell in love with being on the camera, you got your donation, then you were like, wow,
that $3 changed my world, and I don't even it was just exactly.
And just imagine what's going to happen when you're sitting there playing, next thing you see a hundo pop up, or 500, or even I've seen people drop thousands.
So for you
never know.
So for you, tell me your first time streaming. Were you nervous? How was your first time streaming, or was it just natural? Everything just clicked for you?
I wasn't nervous in the slightest bit, because I have, even to this day, even right this second, I'm not nervous because I have no expectations. I don't know what people do on stream. I don't know what people don't do on stream. I don't know what's politically correct. I don't know what is entertaining. I just realized that I just turned on the camera and I just did what I wanted to do. I just did what made me happy. And thinking that people are responding positively to that to me is the biggest freaking compliment I can get. So I wasn't ever nervous when I did my first stream. I just turned on the camera, killed some bad guys with my brother and his wife, and then it just started flowing from there. So I still don't get nervous. I get nervous in the ways of, I think the only times that I get nervous are the things that I don't know. Technical problems. That makes me nervous. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix it. It makes me a little antsy and on edge. But as far as being in front of this camera and talking to my new friends that follow me, favorite part of my day. Absolute favorite part of my day. And
well, now that you're a part of our extended family, any technical issues we have, me and Arrow are more than happy to help out with.
Yeah, well, we can always fix that with you.
100%. You are going to want to block my number soon because it's all, I'm like a little baby deer. I'm a little baby deer, especially when it comes to this technology stuff. I have no idea what I'm doing. So thank you.
Any questions you have, I'm literally a DM away. So
I love you already. Thank you.
I will say one of the big things when it comes to streaming is chat interaction, because that can make you or break you when it comes to Twitch. Because if somebody finds your channel and they go in there and you're not paying attention to them, they could be like, I don't want to watch this no more.
And by the way,
I don't want to be here. And your chat interaction, I mean, a follow you do a dance, like it's like your chat interaction is literally just like top notch.
Exactly. And I don't try. That is what makes me happy, because this has given me this like platform to be myself, and anything that comes across, that is authentic. That is like, I couldn't be anything but that person. Mm-hmm. And that's why this feels so like, oh my gosh, that's why it feels so great, because I'm being 100%. Every bit of me that comes out in front of the camera is just exactly how I want to be. I cannot let a chat go by without me wanting to make sure that they're welcome, make sure that they know that they're appreciated. That's just my personality, and I don't think that could ever really change.
And by the way, guys, just to let you know, since we are doing a podcast, I apologize if we don't get through all your stuff on the chat, because unfortunately we had to keep things in a kind of moving with the podcast, because it is going to be translated to Spotify. So I'm not trying to be rude if I don't get to your questions. If you do have questions, the best thing to do is to whisper me or JayStunZ, and we will get to your questions for MK. Am I saying that right?
M1K.
M1K. So if you have questions or you have comments, make sure you whisper us, and we will get to your guys' questions and comments. I do apologize. It's just that we are doing this for Spotify and Apple. So it does have to, I do have to keep it moving as far as conversation is concerned, but do send us those whispers, and we will get to your guys' questions. I promise. So the stigma, I don't know how many female streamers you've watched, and I want to get your take on this, because this is a hot topic.
Okay, good.
People like, and I don't want to name any specific names because we are streaming on Twitch right now, but there's females that do stuff inappropriately, and they know they're doing it. Whether they make it look like an accident or not, there's certain females, there's two of them especially. One showed off their little hoo-ha, supposedly on accident, and then the other one had a major nip slip when she knew that she was putting a pillow that was too big in her shirt.
Okay.
And those people create expectations
that every girl will
do the same thing, and it kind of messes it up for you guys, especially you. You're brand new to this, right. this the stigma and the stuff that they create causes problems for you, because it causes those kinds of interactions that Jay was talking about,
like the jackass that was in your chat earlier today.
Right.
Yeah. And so I want to get your take on like, what do you think about that stigma? Is it something that you think is a true statement? Am I saying a true statement, or am I saying something that's over embellished?
So because I'm so happy that I get to address this. Because I'm so new, luckily the stigma is something that I'm oblivious to. I can understand because I am a female and I know how women work and I know how gaining attention works. I understand all of that. But it's not a stigma that I'm familiar with because I am so brand new. But one benefit by being a little tiny bit older and have been in this world a little tiny bit longer than maybe some of these other females, is that I know I know what I'm worth, and I know what I want to do for authentic attention and not authentic attention. And there are just certain, what do you call them, standards that me personally, like, I know what I'm better than that. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to fall into that trap because I'm better than that. I don't want anybody to follow me because I'm going to do some cheesy, cheap pony tricks for them. Granted, I do live in Las Vegas, but I'm not that kind of girl. You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate that that's the kind of stigma that there is. It's just something that girls, I might just have to work a little harder to prove that I'm not that way. But you could just look at that as being just like, those are just cheap tricks to get a cheap follow. And that's kind of tacky. If you want to follow somebody like that, go for it. But you're not going to find it in M1K. I'm just not going to be that girl. So I think that does have a lot to do with just confidence, you know?
Yeah.
Keeping that confidence, keeping true to who you are, and not looking for that cheap donation or follow or whatever it might be is probably where these girls are making a mistake. But I'm glad Twitch has rules about it. That's great. It's great that they do have rules against it.
Do you think though it kind of makes you have to work twice as hard to achieve your goals and make yourself, like make sure that people understand that you're supposed to be respected just like anybody else, and because I'm saying that because, from a guy's perspective, we don't necessarily have to deal with that. We have a different kind of troll.
From a guy's perspective, a lot of guys don't think with the right head.
Yeah, they don't think with the right head. And so does it feel like on your end when you hear that statement, does it make you feel like that you're going to have to work twice as hard to make people understand that, hey, I'm here for one thing. I'm here for gaming. I'm here to make friends with you guys and play games with you guys. Is that
I do know that I have to work twice as hard, but you think about it. You know what I mean? There are the as silly as this might sound, it's just what I've been brought up hearing. There's the kind of girls that you date or hook up with. There's the kind of girls that you marry. I want to be that quality person. It's just, for me, it's just how I've lived my life. It's who I want to be. The result so far has been pretty positive. So even if I have to work twice as hard, at least I know the people who are spending their day, spending their time deciding they want to watch me and hang out with me, they're here for quality. They're here to be quality people, not just going for that cheap trick. So yeah, I probably do have to work a lot harder, and that sucks. But at the same time, I'm working for quality. So that makes it all worth it, in my opinion. So I'm okay with it. If I grow a little slower, that's fine. But at least the people who I hopefully are gaining are going to be awesome people that I want to spend my time with. Not just people who want to spend time with me, but the people that I want to spend my time with. And that's what's important to me at this point. So did that answer your question? I don't know, but
no. And like I said, this is all based on your take on things.
Yeah.
So there is no right answer for this.
Okay.
The other side of the token too is you play Call of Duty, you play Warzone. When you play these games, do you leave your mic on so that you could talk to the people in game? And have you gotten any of the guys that will come in there and just say, the usual hurtful stuff to females, or the, go back to the kitchen, go make me a sandwich, all that other stupid
as a girl
stuff that makes them look cool?
Yeah, I do when I have my mic on. This is a technology problem, so I will be talking to you guys about it later. But for some reason, I can't anyway get both my chat with my viewers on Twitch synced up with my party chat when I'm playing games. But when I do play games, you get that all the time, and that's just one of those things that as a girl, unfortunately, it's just the way the world is. You just need to have that strong backbone to be like, first of all, I don't care what you say. Second of all, I did better than you did. So
I did hear her say that today, actually, while she was playing.
So you can talk all the crap you want to talk on me, but I still did better than you did. I'll go do the dishes afterwards. I just don't that's where confidence comes into play. And that is one thing that you talk about mental health, and I'm sure we'll get to it later. If there was the one wish that I could wish upon anybody, is just having self-confidence. You know what I mean? Just being able to hear negativity, pick and choose what you want to hear, brush the rest off. Whatever, I'll go back to the kitchen. Or I am a girl. I did just start. I might not be so great. I don't know. That kind of stuff doesn't get to me. Not in the slightest bit. Not at all.
Along with that is, like you said, it doesn't bother you, but with the guys that you have seen do that to you, do you look at other guys that you wind up gaming with and kind of feel that they'll wind up doing the same thing, or do you just look at each person as they are and say, well, I don't know what this guy is, maybe he's going to be good, or this guy's be good, or this guy's going to be bad, or do you like lump everybody into the group of they're all going to treat me like this?
You know, there is, I don't think that at all. So, I mean, if one person's a, pardon my French, dick, you know, like, sorry for that person. Sorry, swear jar. But sorry for that person. Sucks that that's who they are. I don't think about that as every other person. And then, in my opinion, you don't get even a 3 strikes you're out. It's kind of like a 2 strikes you're out. You can be a jerk one time. All right, I'll kind of put you in your place. I'll say, all right, that wasn't cool. That's not called for. That's not how I like. This isn't the community that you might belong in. Right. You do it again. Like, it's just as easy as bye-bye. Have a great day. Like, honestly, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for any kind of negativity. If somebody's hanging out with me, spending their day, I don't want them to have to deal with negativity and hear negativity. So it's just something that, no, I definitely don't clump everybody into that category. I personally don't care. If somebody wants to be a jerk, sorry. I mean, mental health awareness, let's talk about that right now. You know, if somebody's being a jerk, they just have some other little things that they need to figure out themselves. So I just dismiss it and move on.
Right. And by the way, congratulations. We figured out your affiliate thing. You are now officially an affiliate.
Dun, 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 dun. Finally, you guys. Thank you.
Now you're officially an affiliate. In essence, you did something that very few people have done. Okay, and the reason I tell you this, some people work months. It only took me 4 weeks to get affiliate, but some people it takes months. Some people, Jay, you told me somebody yesterday still hasn't reached an affiliate, and he's been streaming for 4 years. And he
still doesn't have an affiliate.
Oh, let's go help him out. That's how I feel about that. Dang.
But I want to hear your message for the girls that are trying to stream. They need a confidence booster. They need to hear this from a positive role model, and that would be you, who's a female streamer that can give them a positive words of encouragement. What would you tell a not even a streamer? She's a gamer, right?
Okay.
They're afraid of streaming, and we've had this question before. What kind of words of encouragement would you tell them to help them guide their way into getting the successes that you did, and kind of build them up and make them want to stream? Because, you know, like I said, this stigma kind of sticks to people. It kind of makes people uncomfortable about even trying to go on stream. You would be the positive role model to say, no, wait a minute. This is not the truth. And if you think about it this way, this is what's going to happen. So what would you tell them? What words of encouragement, all this audience out here, would you tell them to say, hey, it's not like this. You're getting it wrong.
Well, I think just being a female, period, like this is not even just, again, this won't be advice, if you will, for even just being a gamer. This is advice across the board. It's just, first of all, I was talking to somebody about this other day, figure out what your strengths are. I know what my strengths are. My strengths are not video games. That's not my strength. I'm not going to be number one, winning tournaments, killing bad guys. Like, that's not why people are watching me. I know that's not my strength. So I think it would be important for these other girls who want to do it is, first of all, find out what your strength is. Maybe it is playing video games. Maybe it is being super personable and friendly. But once you find that strength, which mine might be just the, like, I hope it's what it is just the welcomingness and hopefully just keeping my community just having fun and having a good time. But once you find your strengths, just make people feel special. If they are taking their time to be there on your stream and to spend time with you, just make them feel like they belong, like they should be there. Also, I mean, if they're afraid of the stigma of all of the negativity that's going to come, which there will be some. I mean, I have some stories. I don't know how much details you want, but I've had a couple of very, very, very interesting propositions that have been thrown my way.
Or sharing, we're willing to listen.
Yeah, we're willing to listen. Go for it.
Okay, I will. I will just feel terrible if for some reason anybody is watching this. But okay, you get the sugar daddy messages like, hey, I want to be your sugar daddy. I'll give you $900 a week. All you have to do is message me, send me a picture. that kind of stuff weird. The propositions of, hey, you're just so sexy, you're so hot, let me take pictures, send me a picture of, here's one, let me give you my jacket, I'm going to mail you my jacket. This is a real one that happened, you guys. Somebody said, is it all right if I send you my jacket, you sit on my jacket while you are playing games, and for the next month I want you to sit on it for a month and try to
get your scent in it.
Thank you, because I don't want to say anything else about it. Get as much of your scent on my jacket as possible, mail it to me, and I'll give you $500. Like, those are the kinds of things that, like, as a woman, you're getting. Then you have the devil on your shoulder, you have the angel on your shoulder. You know what I mean? And you need to be tough enough to realize what your worth's all about. No, I'm here to play video games. I'm here to make friends. I'm not here to sit on your jacket. So, turning down stuff like that is just something that does come. And I could imagine that stigma being a little scary. But I got completely off topic. For those girls who are just starting out, keep at it. If it makes you happy, if it puts a smile on your face, even if it takes you a little bit of time to get those numbers up, just keep on doing what you love. People, I think, are just gravitated to knowing that somebody else is happy. So if it's truly making you happy, don't look at the numbers. Don't look at the followers. Don't care about that. Of course, it's in the back of your mind, but just continue to do what you love. Everything else should just come. And if there's any haters, just forget about those haters. So
I will comment on this though. Don't sleep on yourself when it comes to video gaming not being one of your strengths.
Really?
There are people that, you're right, that are good at the game, that are all that, but there are the people that when you watch them play, you can genuinely see the joy that they have, and that inspires others to want to play. So do not sleep on your joy of gaming not being a strength, because like I said, when Narrow told me you were going to be on, I was like, dude, I literally know nothing about this girl. Like, how am I going to a podcast and talk to her without even knowing like what she's about? And he sent me the link to your stream tonight. I went in and watched, and I saw it. And I could see how much fun you were having. And Con, you were like, "Oh my god, 6 kills! How did I do that?" Like, you were literally having so much fun in doing it. And there could have been somebody in your stream watching today, and like, if she's having that much fun, and maybe she's not playing the greatest. Maybe she's not playing it, but she's having that much fun. I want to do it too. And there you go. You got somebody else into it. So do not sleep on your having fun gaming not being one of your strengths.
Awesome. You know what? So I'm just going to show you. I have this little sheet that I keep next to me at all times. This is my personal best for every land. And I get excited about crushing my personal bests. I write it down after every game because I'm seeing that I'm getting a little bit better. And that was my whole point. Like, I wanted to get on here so I could get my gameplay get a little bit better. When I see my name, at first, my goal was just not last place, anything but last place. And now when I see myself up towards the first, second, third, I'm like, yay, this is working. I'm actually doing better. I love playing games. I love it. And I hope that when Cold War comes out, I'm so excited to try something new. So thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you very, very much.
Gaming is always learning. You can always learn something. Like, even like me and Nara have been playing Call of Duty for so long. We're even still learning because guns change in Warzone, so we have to kind of adapt to that and see which guns work better than others now because they all change everything around. Or if something's going on, it's crazy, but it's just that's the way things are, and it's an ever evolving, ever learning thing. So listen, if you want to write it down and try to beat your scores all the time, more power to you.
That's what I'm doing for right now. And this is such a new skill for me that it's one of those things that I dream about at night. Like, I'm sticking claymores in my dreams, and I am shooting bad guys in my dreams. Like, I am just so pumped about this. And it's a new skill that I'm learning. So it's very exciting for me. Very exciting for me. So girls, don't ever let the stigma of these other chicks doing other shady things or these guys being creepy, don't let that put you down. Just keep on doing what you love. Honestly, keep up with it. It'll all come when it needs to.
I mean, I don't think it could be said any better because and that's why we had brought up this whole series is just so that they get a reinforced message that they should start streaming because this is a very Twitch and like you're now a public figure. Just know that, right? It's hard.
Not yet.
No,
Thank you.
The second you hit that go live button, you're a public figure.
The second you hit that go live button, the first time you did it, you just signed that deal that you're going to be a public figure, right? And it's hard for people to grasp that kind of knowledge that now, there's certain places where people are going to see you, they're going to recognize you, it's that type of thing. And people should not have, especially girls, because they have that stigma already ingrained in their brain just because of what some people did. And that's the problem.
Right.
It's always the people that the 1% that causes the problems that ruins it for everybody else. And so, that was one of the big takes for me to bring you in here, being so new to it, but yet, you have a firm grasp about what you want on here. That's the key. It's a lot of people don't have a firm grasp on what they want. So it's great to see the fact that you know what you want, what your community's about, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where your community goes and how it grows. So
me too.
That's a very, very good thing that you started that off early, because a lot of people don't understand, and that's another topic that we're going to get into really soon, is about communities on Twitch and how and how they certainly grow, and so we'll probably bring you back for that talk too, because by that time you'll have a bigger community grown already. So now we're gonna sink into that topic. It is mental health awareness month for September, and suicide prevention month. You say that you haven't had so much of it, but what would be your thing to help you cope through some of this stuff? Because people say some of the harshest things sometimes. People do some of the harshest, they, as you said, they're writing stuff telling you to sit on a quilt or whatever, or they could say, you're
ugly, or you're this,
make me a sandwich, or hey, why don't you just go lay on the couch back there, for whatever it is, right?
Right.
They're at a point, it's also mentally wearing on you, because you want to be treated as a person. You don't want to be treated any differently than any other streamer out here. But unfortunately, because you're a female, because you're pretty, this is what the kind of stuff that happens. So give me your kind of take on what you do when somebody tries or does kind of wear at you mentally, because you haven't experienced it yet, but there are people that their whole, and Jay knows this because Jay's a mod for a bunch of different streamers. There are people, their whole day is driven to mess with people on here.
Right.
They create like 15 or 16 different accounts just to mess with you and just to wear at you. So I just want to get your take on has it, if you don't have to give that as an example, but anything that mentally has worn you down that you had to deal with, and what you had to do to deal with those situations.
So with streaming in particular, no, I've been lucky enough that so far, knock on wood, I have not had to deal with much of that. But I know that there's people out there, and I just, for some reason in my mind, like being a female anyway, I've had a few years, I won't tell you exactly how many, but I've had a few years of living life and figuring out how to combat, because it's not just the streaming community. You walk outside, you're going to get the same, you work at a job, or you go buy tacos, or you walk past a construction site. As a girl, you're going to get that same crap. You just are going to. So it's just learning how to deal with it. If you talk about mental health awareness, I just look at it as the people who are trolling and the people who are being negative and the people who are being mean, it's not my problem. It's not me. They don't need to be here spending their time expending all of that energy to be negative. You just know that they're actually the ones with that mental, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible, but they're the ones with that mental health problem if they are deciding to waste their time to talk crap about me. So I just don't let it get to me. It's not something that I if anything, I would just be like, oh gosh, that poor person, like that they had to create 8 accounts to sit there and tell me that I'm ugly or sit there and tell me to do some stupid things. Like, it's just not something that gets to me. So I guess if your question was, how do I combat that? I guess there's a little bit of compassion on my end, thinking like that poor person probably is hurting somewhere and needs some kind of validation to be a bully. I don't stand for bullies. That's why if somebody wants to be a bully, I don't care if you're being a bully to me. I don't care if you're being a bully to one of my followers, one of my viewers on my stream. You're a bully, you're out. Like, I have no time for that. So I think it's just, that would probably be the way that I would combat it, is just move on, like get them out of there. If they want to come back and be rude, move on, or just think like, oh, sorry, I'm sorry you're hurting so bad. I guess that would be the way that I would answer that question.
Has there ever been a point in your life though that you know, and here's the thing, and the reason why we're getting to it, because a lot of these people that do these trolling things, has it ever became a concern to you, or at any point that's like they might try to stalk you? Because Sweet Anita, who's a streamer, the poor girl has been stalked for, God, Jay, how many years? I think over a year now, over 2 years, I think.
Sounds right, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, and this is something else that you have to be, as a female streamer, concerned about, is that, you know, things can get overzealous at points.
Okay.
So I just want to know, you know, the kinds of things, and you know, and also this also leads into, we were kind of talking about it off stream, but the kind of separation that you leave from your personal life to streaming.
Yeah.
Because every female's answer is different, you know, because some people let all their personal life out. Good example, this other streamer posted a picture of her getting engaged, caused the big thing. But you know, so that's what I want to get your takes. This is the reason why I want to get your takes, is what is your barrier? What do you let people know? What do you let people not know about about your personal life, and how do you keep the separation from that?
That's a good question. So about the stalking, like the stalking is something that I am, since I'm so new, like I'm going to realize like what might actually be dangerous, that there are people who might be a little like sketchy out there to be careful for. And so I do need to, like, that is something that you need to be aware of. And it's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate that is the way that it is. But as far as my personal life and my private life, I do like this right now is like me keeping my personal life private. For example, there are 2 people in my life, like in my real life, who know that I'm streaming and that I play video games. 2 people in my real life. So if every single person that I know, the way that they look at Melissa, they don't know M1K. They have no idea who M1K is, because I'm keeping my gaming life also separate from my personal life. I don't need anybody to discourage me, to put me down. And that goes both directions. So I don't want anybody knowing of this life, this streaming life. Like, I do have a personal life outside of this. And as I'm gaining real sincere friendships, where I can gain trust with people, I'll open up to them and I'll let them know more about me. Other than that, we're here to have fun. We're here to kill some bad guys. We're here to, you know, just like build a community of friendship, and I'll be there for people. But my personal life, I'll kind of save that for just those special connections that I get. And then, like I said, same thing with my streaming life. Like, maybe someday I'm going to let my real life friends know what I'm doing. Otherwise, this is all a secret right now, you know, just because I want this to be special to me. I don't want anybody to do the same thing and troll me on the other way out saying, Melissa, what are you doing? You're a grown up. Why are you playing video games? What do you think this, you know, so I am trying to balance it a little bit, and it is a fine balance. But we'll just all kind of see how it goes. And it's good advice. And I'm glad that you told me this, because it is something that I do need to be very aware of. Be very aware of, you are a public figure, even though you may just be starting. So if I take that in consideration and know that I do have an opportunity to, 1, be a role model, But then there's also this opportunity that I'm opening up my doors to having some potentially like some negativity getting thrown at me. And that's just something I need to be prepared for, aware of, and ready to kind of attack it as it comes.
Okay. Jay, do you have anything? Because I thought you were saying something. Sorry.
No, I was sorry with the dizzy spell for a minute, but
your screen kind of froze for a second, so that's why I didn't.
Yeah, that was my internet. Just I don't know, I get pooped out for a minute. But as far as like the just being normal, like Nara said, I do model. I mod for 33 people in total on Twitch, and even when I'm live and somebody comes into my chat, I kind of act as my own mod at times too, because I was streaming one time and some random idiot came in and I was talking to one of my friends and he had the nerve to say that she looked weird. Nothing major, but he's just like, she looks weird. Yeah. And I literally just attacked him, just flat out attacked him. And I was, listen, bottom line is if you don't apologize, you're going to get the fuck out of here real quick. Like, I don't care.
We need more guys like you. That's good.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't give a shit. Like, apologize. And I argued with him for like 5 minutes. He finally apologized. I said, good, you're banned anyway. And I banned him like right then and there. Didn't care. But I got what I wanted accomplished.
Good.
So, the difference between being the mod and following the rules, and then you get the simps or the assholes that come and try to start trouble and they call you the white knight and this and that. And it's hard to differentiate between just being following the person's rules that they set up, whether it's just like, listen, if you want to come in and say, hey, get undressed or whatever. And some people are okay with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
There are others that I don't even want to deal with that. So the second you see that, they're out. So it's hard to remember who wants this and who wants that. Like our friend Miss Sweet Tea, when she streams, she doesn't care what anybody says to her. She says, I don't care what they say, what they do, whatever. Is the second they go anything involving racism, they're out.
You're out. Yeah.
So
she has her barriers.
They can attack her all she wants. She's okay with it. The second it goes racial, they're out.
Yeah.
And Narrow knows in her chat there are simps to no end. There are the people that come in expecting things from her, and she laughs it off and is like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah. Laugh it off. And that's good too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you go it goes racial. Oof.
Yep. Yep. And I think that is so fair. Do you guys mind telling me what a simp is? I have heard that word a couple of times.
Do you have the definition?
I don't know what that is.
Hold on, I'll look it up.
I've heard it a couple times, but I don't.
This is great because in our first couple talks we had an example, and the person that we had on our podcast for that day, her name was the name that was in the example. It was perfect. She was like, wait, what? And Jay read it off.
The basic definition is someone who does way too much for a person that they like.
Someone who does way too much for a person that they like. Desperate.
Yeah.
So you're saying somebody who's just super desperate.
Right.
Okay.
And it was the one that we used that day when our friend was on was a word that everyone overuses without the correct definition. It means a guy that is overly desperate for women, especially if she is a bad person or has expressed her disinterest in him, which he continues to obsess over.
Okay. That's sad.
Basically, he's obsessed with you and you treat him like complete garbage, but it just makes him love you more.
And he still comes back. Okay.
That's it.
All right. So now I know, because I've heard that word and I figured it was a gaming community word that I just wasn't familiar with, but thank you for letting me know.
It's also a real world word too.
Yeah. It could be anything from a guy coming in your stream just to be nice to you, or, throwing you donation after donation after donation after donation, gifting subs, doing it, and expecting to get a better favor on your good side than just being a friend. That it's sad,
just
but
desperate.
That's what
Okay. Yeah.
That's basically what
but
it is.
But at the same time, like, we talk about it a lot on my stream, and because I talk about the typical conversation that us girls get. So I have my Instagram account, my First Kill Instagram account, and then my Twitch account. And I'm trying to like use them both to communicate with my followers, because that's what I understand. So as a female, and girls, listen up. Tell me if I am wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. This is how the messages go. Are you ready? They go like this. Hey. Hi. You're sexy. Thank you. WYD. Well, I'm making dinner. You're sexy. Thank you. What are you doing right now?
Vocabulary.
All right. Bye, you guys. You know what I mean? It's like, be a little more creative. Be a little more creative. We love it that you're trying, but oh, guys.
Oh, he got so far.
Hey, wait, Jay. He's doing that AOL stuff. WYD.
Oh, ASL?
No. AOL chat. Remember those? Remember the AOL chat?
I remember.
It was ASL. ASL, dude. ASL location.
Yeah, ASL, what WYD. It's like
please just at least write the words, what are you doing? ? Like, at least give me that much. If you want me to spend my time to respond, just at least give me that much. And at least think of something else, like a different word than sexy or hot. Just, guys, this is advice to you. A different word than sexy or hot. Get your thesaurus out. Beautiful, gorgeous, stunning. I mean, just try something else. And spell out your words. What are you doing? Okay? That's advice. That's advice right there. Okay.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. You could be getting DMs with nothing but eggplants and the showering water and, watermelons and God knows what else. So
let me tell you right now, boys. This is for another day, another time, but those don't work. I'm just letting you know those don't work. Be more creative. We don't want to see those.
Remember, there can always be worse. Always
another day, another time. But I will. I could pull it. And I bet you it's a 99.9%. Those don't work. Just don't bother.
She's the she's like the wingman.
She's the anti-emoji.
No. But she's like the wingman for any guy. She'd be like the perfect wingman because she knows the lines to use.
I will tell you exactly what to say and what not to say. I will. I'm your wingman. I will coach you and I will teach you. But let me just tell you what not to do. Don't take a picture in the shower, please. I don't want to see you all soaking wet. I know that that's your fantasy for girls, but we don't like it.
There you go.
Okay, anyway.
You heard it first here. You heard it first here. No,
it's honesty day.
They really want to see you rolling around the mud.
Yeah,
what
they want to see you do, right? Is put on all your clothes and get your ass to fucking work. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Just be nice. Just be a gentleman. Like some of the best compliments, you guys. I mean, I'm going off topic, but I got a compliment today that just rocked my world. Okay, this is what's going to get you somewhere. Somebody told me, Melissa, for my first kill, I just want to let you know you are quickly becoming one of my favorite streamers. That's what they said. In my mind, I'm like, streamer, wait a minute. You're considering me a streamer? Like, that alone got me really excited, let alone one of my favorites. But that was awesome. Or Melissa, every single time you're around, you make me feel like I matter. Oh, cool. That's a compliment. Or Melissa, you're always so fun. Like, use those kinds of things. That's what makes us feel good. We could hear we're hot any day. Over it.
Hey, guys, they're human beings, too. We just want to...
Thank you.
We want to put that out there. And that's the whole reason for this talk. As much as people think that it's something, we're trying to put out the truths out there. I'm not,
yes,
and that's the thing is we're not leaving anything behind. We're not trying to, but look at with the positivity comes the negativity, and if we don't talk about the negativity, it just continues to happen. And if we don't get people's opinions about the negative stuff that can happen, then it gets lost in translation, and people do not focus on the fact that this is a thing that's happening. It is, and that's the thing that's why the reason we made this podcast, and that's the reason this specific topic was made, is the fact that we want people to understand the real person, the fact that don't consider her a female, don't consider her whatever. She is a person. And that's the way you're supposed to treat them on stream. And that's the whole reason that this talk ever came out. And that's the reason that we're getting the different takes from female streamers, because it's so hard. And we see your pain because me and Jay are sometimes on female streamers things because we play with female streamers on Call of Duty. We play female streamers on Apex Legends. And for me, it's personally frustrating. It's like, dude, I literally go on people's streams and go, and when the mods aren't doing anything, I go, does this look like fucking Tinder to you? Did you swipe right? Did you swipe left? No. This is a place where someone is simply trying to entertain you and play a video game and have a community of friends. I don't.
And I'm good. Get to know me first. Get to know me.
Exactly.
And then tell me whatever, but just like, let's get to know each other first. And that's advice, not just in the streaming community. That's across the board.
And that's the sad part is everybody is, like Jay says, thinking with the wrong head. They come into a streamer's thing and they automatically, it's, oh man, I'd love to. And it's like, dude, like, where does Call of Duty have anything to do with hitting the bed?
Right.
Okay.
But when is it going to stop? It's not going to stop until girls are willing to say, nope.
Right. And you'd be one of the
not
few.
taking it.
You'd be one of the few.
It all comes down to the fact that, you're subbing to the person. You're going to give them a subscription. You're basically paying them for what they do. So that automatically makes them feel entitled that, oh, I'm paying them. They have to do something special for me. Or dropping a donation saying, oh, here's $20. Now I want this from you. It's the entitlement like that is what's going to wind up hurting a lot of people in the long run and causing a lot of people that become really good streamers to just stop out of the blue.
And the reason that we brought this up too is because Pokemon, okay, another partner streamer, she took a 3-month break from streaming because of all this kind of harassment and the stuff we're talking about. That's why now we're bringing it to light. We're putting it right out in the open and letting people know that this has got to stop. And you know what?
Well, she was also caught in a lie too.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's on her. That has nothing to do with me. What we're talking about is the fact that no matter, here's the thing, right? No matter if the person has a boyfriend or they're married, whatever their real life is, that is their real life. That people got to understand that there are boundaries here on this platform that people don't need to cross. You don't need to know what everybody's life is. Do you want a list of people that are going to bed with this person? Like, it doesn't matter. You're there for one thing. You're there for content. You are there because you're entertained by the content and the personality of the person. Not for the fact of you think that tomorrow you're going to go fly to wherever they're at and they're going to go sleep with them.
And there's your life. Yeah. And I think I was just going to say that's the unfortunate part about just, we're talking about females, I guess, specifically right now, but that's just the unfortunate part about being a female is that so many people think that you could just be easily bought. And it's for the girls who buy into that. Like, things won't change unless you do put those guys in place. Like, until it does stop, until it doesn't work for them, So it's like, I hope, it's important to me, if you have daughters or whatever, think about what you'd want your daughter to do. I'd want my daughter to be like, sorry, boys, but I'm better than that. I'm better than whatever you're trying to have me do just for the sake of your entertainment. So it really won't change until girls are ready to put the guys in their place. And
that's the speech that I gave on stream because I kind of got fed up with it one night. I had this speech. And in fact, I clipped it. It's somewhere on my Instagram. I'm like, these females, these other streamers that are females are someone's mother, they're someone's daughter, they're someone's sister, they're someone's cousin, they're someone's family member. And you got to think about that. Yeah, okay, great. Your little pee-pee has a little fucking fantasy, whatever, right? Keep that shit in your head. Yeah.
Fine. Good for you. Yeah,
exactly. Keep that shit in your head, but understand that there has to be a level of respect.
100%.
On this platform for everybody. Right? Because it's that's the thing is we're so fucked up as a society that we don't think about people as human beings and persons first. We're always thinking about, okay, this person's black, this person's sexy, this person has a nice butt. That's too many fucking categories, boys and girls.
Yeah.
You guys got to wake up and realize that, number one, when you get cut, when I get cut, we bleed the same goddamn color. And if once you get that through your head, right, and start treating people with some kind of respect that every human deserves, unless they've given you any reason to not respect them, right? You give people respect, and that means not talking about their body parts. That means that don't be focusing on that stuff. Treat the person like they are a human being, and that's what this whole series is about, and that's what we're trying to get the point across. That great, she's a beautiful girl. We get it, right? But treat
compliment her on that. That's fine. Thank you. But that's not it. Don't have that be it.
But first,
yeah, you're better off saying that. Say, hey, you're a beautiful girl, instead of, oh my God, you're so hot, you're so sexy. It's pointless.
But first, and this is the reason we have so much divide in this world right now, is because we don't focus on the fact that everybody bleeds the same color and everybody is a human being.
Yep.
If you guys would focus on that, it would make things so much easier, and not look at the color, not look at the attributes of a person, and just understand that they have feelings too. There's days that they're mad, there's days that they're happy, there's days that they're sad. And if you can't understand those are simple human reactions that are stated.
I love that you said that, because this is a thought that I had. You know those shower thoughts that you have when you're in the shower and you just get into deep thinking?
Jay has pee thoughts, by the way.
Tea thoughts?
No, pee thoughts.
Did you say
when he pees, he gets ideas.
To be able to get that big of a thought. But so I was having a shower thought yesterday, and this was my shower thought. I was like, when I'm streaming, I mean, how freaking awesome is this? And this might be exactly opposite of I could probably say the converse also. But you think about this. I see names on the screen. I know these people by their names on the screen. I don't know what color they are. I don't know if they're a girl or a guy. I don't know what their political affiliation is. I don't know any of that, right? They are representing themselves as their name and just how they talk. And that is just such a great thought, because you don't need to know. I can love these people just the same, and I don't need to know who they're voting for in November. You know what I mean? Or I don't care. Just the fact that you just don't care, because these are people. It's how they're treating me. It's how they're treating my other friends in the chat. And my shower thought, like I said, I'm like, that is just such a great thing. As much as people hide behind their keyboards and become keyboard warriors and they're total jerks, at the same time, it gives you an opportunity to look at somebody also as, this person might be an introvert in real life, but they're able to like let their little color shine when they're on chat, or, you know, whatever it might be. It's just also really, really great that there's no judgment on people except for how they treat others. And that's what I think you should judge everybody on, is just how they treat others. So that's why if you treat somebody badly, out. If you treat somebody good, you're in. I don't care about anything else. I don't care what you ate for dinner. I don't care about anything else about you. If you're treating people good, I want you in my life. So I thought that was really cool about this whole streaming community, is that you're representing yourself by this name, the words that follow your name. Nothing else matters.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's an important lesson for people, is the fact that that's the way they need to treat everybody, whether it's on stream or whether it's in person. It's a life lesson for people, and that's the whole point we were trying to get across. When Jay brought up this idea about how the female streamers it's just so hard for them, because they're not being put on an equal platform. You know, they're
like you just said right there. You said female gamers, they're just gamers. Doesn't matter what sex they are, but they're automatically looped into the female gamer.
Female gamers, yeah. And unfortunately, that's just, we deal with that every single day when we're getting jobs, when we're getting, you know, whatever it is. It's just what you have to deal with, and it sucks. But I hope more women could just be a little, you know, we could just stand our own a little bit more.
And that's
put us on the same. Go ahead.
And that's why we're giving the voice for the females, because it's
thank you.
It's that, you know, for it to come from another male, I think should have some kind of impact on these people, to understand that not everybody's a total fucking jackass. Not everybody treats someone different just because they're beautiful or they have a nice body, whatever. You treat them as if they're a human being, number one, off anything. Yep. How do
they make you feel? That's how you treat somebody. Exactly. If they make you feel good, treat them good.
Exactly. It's not.
I love that.
And and that's the thing that we're trying to get is when you come into this platform. When you come into this platform right here, that's the way you should be treating people. That's the way you should be treating people. You shouldn't be looking at that screen going, "Oh, they're ugly. Oh, they're this. Oh, they're that." No, you're there. You clicked on their channel. You chose to stay on that channel. Have some respect with that channel. You don't go into people's houses and just start talking shit and throwing everything around. No, you have respect. It's just like when you go into that person's chat, that's like going into their house.
And how basic is that, right? How basic is that?
Yeah, it's
just respect. It boils down to respect. That's it. It's so basic. And then these problems all go away.
You know, and it all comes down to the streamer too, because like you look at M1K, we stream, we're who we are. We're genuine. We don't put everything out on stream for everybody to know, but basically, if you ask this question, we're going to answer it regardless. Like Narrow's a totally different person than his actual stream persona, who is Narrowminds, and he's a bit of a dick. But Narrow knows that. He's like, listen, that's my
no on camera. My stream character.
I'm going to say no way. I believe you.
Yeah, that's his streaming personality, where he's he's a dick, he's a hard ass, whatever. But when you're just hanging out, totally different compared to who you see on stream.
Right.
So with me, I'm the same as I am, whether it's on here, I'm streaming, not streaming, I'm the same person regardless. And basically, I tell everybody, I am an asshole from New York who just does his thing. So
I would disagree.
Well,
but no, I mean, you're right.
I'm definitely good.
You get what you get, right? You get what you get. This is who I am. Yeah.
I said
I'm right there with you.
I said you were a whole ass from New York, not an asshole.
Same thing.
But
is it?
I mean that's the thing, and that's the reason that Jay brought this. Jay's the originator of this. I'm not going to take credit for it. It's Jay that talked about what about female streamers? We don't talk about it enough, and it's like I've been kind of reading through some of the chat now, and I feel that some people think it's kind of controversial, but it's something that needs to get out there. It's something that really, really that no one wants to talk. People are not wanting to talk about it, and they just want to brush it under the rug like it's something that's supposed to be normal, and it's not normal. It's not something.
Not even that. Not even that. It's like people that'll go on like TikTok or Instagram, and they'll make these videos like, guys in the lobby, blah, 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 me not using my mic because of what I'll get. And I'm looking, I was going through Instagram, TikTok, and I'm like, guys, and it's just like, oh, why can't you use my mic? Why can't you use my mic? Why guys this? Why? I'm like, they choose to make a video on TikTok saying why I don't use my mic because the guys in chat, but instead of doing something about it, they're just putting it out there like that.
Yeah.
So like, no, thing that needs to be brought out, because a lot of people talk about females aren't treated fairly when it comes to stream, blah blah, but nobody ever wants to just go out there and say, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna bring it full force up in your face, and whether you like it or not, that's what we're gonna talk about. So I told Nara, I was like, dude, first thing we got to do, female gamers, how the reactions they get when streaming or gaming, the reactions they get in public lobbies from the guys, and then on the other side of that, reputation guys get from doing that, because now me and Narrow, we're not like that. We'll go, oh, you're beautiful or whatever, but we don't sit there and be like, oh my god, you're so sexy, I want to be with you, blah, because in our eyes, I get it, you're a female gamer, but it's not something that's like something special. Like, you're just a gamer. Like, we don't
I'm a
care
person
if you're
having
a guy
fun. Get to know me first.
Play.
Yeah.
Right. We just want to play and meet cool people, and all the people that we associate ourselves with, whether it was Lightsy, who was the first guest we had on, or Nessa and Becca, or somebody like you, or we're gonna have our friend Miss Sweet Tea on eventually. All these people that we associate with and hang out with and game with are just chill people that don't push the boundaries of girl, simp. It's just you're there to game and nothing more, and we don't care if you walk around in a robe or fully clothed. Just play the damn game. Nobody gives a shit if you're a guy or a girl. We don't care.
Just make me feel good. Well, you guys were you on today? I think you were. When somebody hopped in the lobby and it was just like instant. It was instant, like, hey, sexy. All right, whatever. Hey, what's up? And it's like, hey, take off your panties for me. And it's like, what happened? Instantly, I'm like, hey, buddy, you are in the wrong group right here. This is the wrong community. If that's the game you're going to play, go find somebody else. And
I'm willing to bet that was some 15-year-old kid, like, she talked to me.
And if he went to go find somebody else, great. If not, whatever. But I'm just not going to have it. But if more girls if more girls would be able to be willing to be like, I'm not looking for that cheap whatever. I'm going to put these guys in their place. Then the guys aren't getting anything from it, and hopefully they'll stop. Like, they're not going to stop unless they keep on getting fed into it. Sorry, you told me to take my panties off. You're never going to come back. But guess what? Like, at least I respected myself.
Yep.
You know?
And then you'll also get the guys that'll do that. And then when you do ban them or whatever, they'll sit there and make a whole nother name. And then you ban that one, they'll make a whole nother. Like, there's literally one time I banned a guy. He just kept coming back, making like 6 or 7 different names, like right after each other, just to get to say the same thing. We're like, dude, like, you've got to be like the biggest virgin in the world right now. That if you're sitting there making 7 or 8 names to say the same thing over and over again, and you're getting banned each and every time, like, give up. You're not getting anything from this.
I mean, at that point, what do you do for him? I mean, do you just like go buy him a magazine or something? I mean, what do you do for the poor kid?
I kind of refer him to a couple of websites that he might like.
Let me get close to the camera here.
Like Mixer.
Boys and girls, during the COVID times, I think who told me this? Someone told me that Pornhub was like free or whatever. I don't know. You should have just went there. Like, why do you even?
Like, go do it for the girls who are asking for it. Leave me alone.
Yeah. There's this thing
there
called...
are actually people with free OnlyFans right now putting up content.
There's
go find those people.
Right? They're doing that to get your attention. They want you to look at their backsides. They want to take panties off for you. Go over there.
Exactly. Go for the girls who are looking for it. But other than that, like, and like you said, you could get it for free.
Yeah,
go get it for
better
free.
yet, if it's the streaming aspect you want, there's a website you can go to for that too.
Oh, see, I don't even know, but okay.
Pagan knows about that one. Plex Store.
You guys are too much fun.
Go on over there. You can literally just watch girls playing games naked. If that's what you want,
see?
go right over there. Go there.
But leave our little Twitch channels for just like genuine relationships, genuine gameplay. Like leave us for that.
Like, that's what Twitch is all about. Like, and that's what we're trying to get the message across. There's plenty of other platforms for you to go to where you and Pamela Henderson can go and have fun.
You guys enjoy. You know, I've actually been, because I've just heard from a few things that people have said, but I'm really impressed that Twitch does seem to have pretty strict guidelines. I think that's great. That is not turning into
They're a little too strict in some ways. You can actually receive this violation if you're wearing a jacket and you have a shirt underneath it. If you take the jacket off, it's technically disrobing and can be considered TOS.
Yeah, it's happened. It's a very double-edged sword. I will tell you that. This TOS, so as far, and we're gonna help you with that also, is get you some be right back screens and all that stuff, because stuff can happen, and we don't want you to get banned on here. So.
Oh gosh. Okay. See, this is all stuff that I don't know. I just heard it briefly. I'm like, oh, that's good. Like, girls just, like. Yeah,
be right back screens are good for in case if you have to, something big happens and you need to, recover from it. Like, you might get a troll that says some really hurtful stuff that makes you like want to break down and cry or whatever. Throw the be right back screen on. You do what you got to do. You come back. You're good to go. Or
pose and get back.
You get hot. You want be right back screen. Take your jacket off. You're back.
And then come back in. Really? Yeah, so it's just the act of taking it off.
Yeah.
That's
good. A guy got banned from that. And he still had his shirt on underneath. He got banned for taking off his jacket on stream.
Oh gosh, how sad is that? That sucks.
Okay,
so I guess it
can't
go too far.
And here's the thing, why I call it a double-edged sword, because then there's the nip slip girl and the girl that got her hoo-ha shown on screen.
Didn't get banned at all.
Yeah.
And so that's why I said it's a double-edged sword. But for someone like you who's just starting, they won't bat eye on you, because their money on your end is very low. So if you do one thing wrong and someone reports it, that's it.
Bye.
Consider it the ban. But for them, and anybody's making them lots of revenue, then it's, hey, oh, well, did you see that? No, what did I see?
Like, oh, it's an accident. Yeah, that's too bad.
And that's the other thing. That's why I call it a double-edged sword. TOS can help you.
When the nip slip happened, because she went to put a pillow under her shirt, she didn't receive a ban or nothing. She gave herself a 3-day ban. She said, I think I deserved at least a little time off.
Yeah, she deserved. She deserved.
I just won't comment on that, but okay.
Yeah.
It really is a joke, but
yeah.
I mean that's
the
what
platform
I'm saying.
We're on, the platform we love, because honestly, like I said, if I didn't start streaming, a lot of the people that I consider really good friends now, I never would have met.
Right.
So I can't sit there and say I regret anything. I can't sit. All the rules are bullshit. The platform gave me. I've been on Twitch since I don't know, like 2013, maybe 15. I don't know.
Oh, so a while. That's what is that?
2013.
7, 8 years.
My Twitch account was started in 2013, and I was just a viewer, just watching, just chilling. And then I started streaming, and when I started streaming, I just went in people's chats and met with them, and then that turned into going to this place, and it's just been evolving constantly of meeting new people and becoming really good friends with them. Yeah, some people I've been friends with have, either gone away or moved on, or I'm not friends with them anymore for something that happened, whatever. But bottom line is, any of them I still consider friends, except the ones that do me super wrong for whatever reason, because yes, they are friends over the internet. Do I consider them that? No, because I consider them actual friends with the relationships I've had with these people. So yes, losing those people does hurt because it's like losing a friend that in real life. But at the same time, you can more easily fix that relationship because there is no like IRL ties. You can sit there and talk things out if you choose to, or even a simple apology. You can literally just sit there and throw an apology their way, and maybe that'll change it. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll ignore you. You never know. But you just go and you try and do what you got to do. And the friendships you make doing this are irreplaceable. I've had a friend that she used to live in Georgia. She wanted to move into South Dakota, but she came to the city to meet me back in December. And it was probably one of the best times of my life.
And now
I never expected that I never expected to meet her, and she came up. We wound up going all around New York City together. It was a great time, and it's definitely something I'll always remember. And that was a girl that I became very, very good friends with that I met from Twitch.
Yep.
So
it's 3 weeks. I've been doing this 3 weeks, and already I can tell you that I hope some of these people that have become my friends will be in real life long-term friends. That's how I feel after 3 weeks. So I get it. I'm right there with you. I think that this community is awesome, and there's so much good that can come from it too. It's been just like 3 weeks of awesomeness. So,
and then we'll get you your Discord set up so you can have people join your Discord. You keep in touch with literally everybody that way.
You'll be able to. That's more personal than Twitch is. The Discord. It's a little bit more.
Yes. That's why I use my Instagram. I'm like, because I know how to use that, and then at least I can communicate with these people, see their pictures, know who they are, like really get to know these guys.
Right. So you
will see the benefits of Discord greatly when it comes to streaming. Whether you're gaming, you're playing COD on PC with people, or even on console, and you just have the people you're playing with in a voice chat in your Discord. Everybody's there, or like late nights we go into our friends' Discord and we'll all gather up in a room, we'll play the game Among Us, and we're all sitting in the same voice chat playing that way. Or
so you guys said you lose friends playing it, huh?
Right? Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, me and him argue all the time on Among Us.
I can't tell you how many Discords I know have food channels where people post what they make or what they're eating, or
that's fun.
Selfie channels, or memes where everybody posts the memes they find. Like it literally is. It's basically kind of like a forum where people literally, you set it up the way you want it with the rooms you find specific, whether it's, self-promotion. So people go sit there and post up when they're going live on Twitch, or, selfies, just pretty much anything you want to set it up as. And the people you choose to invite to go there, just sit there and post up. They can literally go into a general chat, be like, hey, good morning, M1K, how's it going? And you just sit there and you talk to everybody that's there. It's just
it becomes a community. Like it becomes that's awesome. That's really cool. I'll definitely have to learn more about that for sure.
We got you.
Because that's what I'm all about. See, I'm glad you guys are in my life.
Jay, we're gonna. Sorry. Go ahead,
please.
Go ahead. We'll go ahead.
Oh no, this was off topic. I was just thinking, like, I keep on thinking about how you were mentioning Mental Health Awareness Month and Suicide Prevention Month, and it's just something that keeps on like sticking in the back of my mind for some reason, because part of the reason why I'm in this seat right here, like right now, right here, even playing these video games or joining Twitch, all kind of ties back into something that has something very near to my heart about that, because my sister, she did suffer with mental illness and she committed suicide 2 years ago. So just the fact that you guys are talking about this, I might get emotional, but it just makes me feel like it's this little special thing that that has come out of something so negative that when I'm nice to people and when I'm nice to people in my chat, like there's been several times that I've been open and telling people like, I got you and I'm here for you. It has to do with that mental health, because I want to be that person that people could rely on. Because that changed my whole world. It changed how my outlook on life. I was a complete different person 2 years ago than I am now. So I'm just really kind of in a way honored, or it's special to me that you brought up mental health and suicide prevention. It's just something that is meaning a lot to me right now.
And we're about to talk about that right now.
Oh,
we're going to cut this into segment 1. This is segment 1. Segment 2, we'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Gulag Podcast.